Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Hurricane Watching is here. The tropical weather update. Today is Saturday, May 25th, 2024, and today we're going to be talking about tropical cyclone Ramal there in the Bay of Bengal, east of the Philippines, or east of India, south of Bangladesh. It was named by the IMD, the Indian Meteorological Department today. There it is. Winds about 35 knots, 40 miles an hour. Here is the latest satellite imagery of it, as you can see. So we're going to be talking about this system, and also we're going to talk about all of its impacts that it is expected to bring to India and Bangladesh. So, currently, this is Tropical Storm Ramal. It has currently got winds of about 35 knots. The storm is exhibiting currently increased organization and strengthening. Lots of deep convection occurring with the system right now. I do want to talk a little bit about what we're looking at here for our forecast track. This is from the Hurricane. This is for our forecast cone, for Hurricane Watching forecast cone. So this is not the official forecast track. If you want to know the official forecast track, go to your local forecast office. But currently we expect it over 24 hours, reaching about 45 to 50 knots. And by between 24 hours and landfall, we do expect that to reach up to 55 knots, up to upwards of 65 miles per hour. So do expect this to be a moderate tropical system, but the biggest threats are going to be wind, or flooding is going to be the major threat, but you also have the potential of storm surges possible. And we're also going to talk a little bit about what the Indian Meteorological Department is saying when it comes to the tropical, with all the impacts of this, including storm surge. So here it is, 8.2 degrees north, 87.9 degrees east. There's the system. It's a deep depression, lots of deep convection, lots of heavy rain with this system as it continues to make that way to the north right now. So, this is currently where the system is. Here is the forecast track. This is the official forecast track from the Indian Meteorological Department, as you can see. They do expect it possibly reaching 60 knots, about 70 miles an hour upon landfall there in southern Bangladesh. Again, Bangladesh is a very low line, average of just 30, 40 feet above sea level. A majority of the coastal communities are at or below sea levels protected by levees. So and those coastal areas should be evacuating, moving to other parts, trying to move to other areas that they can, away from the water, as far away from the water as they can, because those storm surge, they are expecting there to possibly be upwards of 2.5 meter storm surge. So, forecast. So, again, this is as of 6 o'clock UTC, 11:30 Indian Standard Time, as of the 25th of May. Again, a deep depression, we think between 30 to 35 knots, between 35 and 40 miles an hour. It is organizing relatively quickly. And again, we do expect upwards of 50 to 60 knots from the Indian Meteorological Department on the Hurricane Watch team. We're taking that a little bit weaker, as it is taking a while to organize and it's taking some time before it will be making landfall there. We do think maybe 50 to 60 miles an hour is the most likely track that the intensity-wise that it will take. So, warning graphics again here over the next day 1 and day 2. Right here again, with that we are starting to see some of those yellows again, upwards of 40, 50, 65 kilometers per hour are possible. We could even see something a little bit stronger, but those ones are something going to be pretty gusty as the storm does make landfall. But the biggest threat I want to bring out to is going to be the storm surge. Alright, as you can see, upwards of 2 to 2.5 meter storm surge, especially on the east side, because you're going to have the winds blowing in this direction, funneling into these little canals and rivers right here, pushing all this water in, kind of takes all that water and kind of squeezes it into those little canals there, forcing that water up and flooding all those coastal communities. So that's why these towns that live here right along the coastal communities are such a great threat of being flooded out. We saw that back in the 70s with the Bola cyclone, and we've seen that in the past before, and this won't be any different. It won't be as intense, but the storm surge is still going to certainly be a possibility. It's still going to be a big threat. It's a very densely populated country. About 170 million people live in the country, so especially along the coastal communities, it's very heavily There's a lot of people that live on the coast communities. Storms are just going to be a big threat. It's no different than it has been in the past. So it'll be moving this way, off to the east. It'll be pushing in that water inward, and that's going to be what's going to be causing pretty much what we're seeing right now. So as you can see, this is what's going to be making landfall. Again, they're showing about 45 to 50 knots, 50 to 60 miles per hour. 55, 60 miles an hour is possible with this system as it moves into that area of Bangladesh, Eastern India. And this is going to be certainly going to be an issue with winds gusting up to 65 knots, showing about 75 to 80 mile an hour wind gusts. So power outages are also going to be an issue with this system also. So that's what we have with this system. Again, the storm has been named. The storm is continuing to intensify and organize. So if you live in this area, continue to watch out. I do want to look at Zoom Earth and take a look at radar. If we have any sort of radar, take a look at what we got going on here. So we also have this system. Don't really want to talk too much about it, but it has made landfall there in the Philippines, but it'll be moving outward. This is the main system that we want to be talking about because it will be making landfall here and making a huge impact into areas of Bangladesh. Don't think there's any radar sites. There are few to none. Alright. We're just going to play this into motion and look at what we got here. So, as you can see, there does appear to be a little bit of rain. This is the wrong way to look at this. Smooth. Look better. It's all pretty much glitched out anyway. From satellite-wise, that's what we're looking at. It's going to be very, very dangerous. The storm is developing. It is intensifying, indicating by that deep convection there. And off to the north even. So lots of heavy rain is already occurring in portions of Bangladesh. Northern Bangladesh already. That's really going to bring it to the end. We don't have a whole lot to talk about. It's a quick update of everything that needs to be said. What our current status is with this system. It has been named, and the storm is going to continue to make its way off to the north. Again, 40 miles an hour. And again, with these forecasts showing upwards of 60 miles per hour forecast here from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, bringing it to it being a cyclone. So, again, forecast. That's what they were showing for forecast. We'll continue to give y'all updates, everything that's going on with this system. That's really what we're looking at right now. We're going to continue to give y'all updates, continue to provide updates. But stay tuned for further updates on this system. And remember to always adhere to official advisories from your local forecast office. Take necessary precautions for this system. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Please, please stay safe out there. Make sure you got your medicine. You got things for your pets if you have any. Make sure you got a gallon of water for everyone. And if you have the means to stay there, make sure you are prepared to be out of power for several weeks. And prepare for flooding. Just be prepared for that. If you have the means to leave, to go off farther to the north in northern Bangladesh, another part of India, please, please, please do that. Take the time now to get your things together and be ready to get away from where the storm is going to be making landfall so you can be safe, so you can still come home. So that's really BF today, guys. Again, thank you all for watching. I want to make this video quick. I wanted to give a quick update and talk about everything that's going to be happening with this storm. That's BF today, guys. This is the latest update on the system. That's what we have right here. Wherever my satellite imagery went, I don't know. There it is. That's it today, guys. Stay safe out there. Take care. Peace out. Talk to you in the next video update.